Okay, I'm back. Hopefully you can get kind of a picture of what's going on here. Um, Basically, the first thing you do is you take a cartridge. These have already been cleaned. I got like a tumbler thing that you put it in. It kind of has this grit in it and polishes them all out because I reuse all the brass I shoot. And here's the first stage. You put it in. You can see down there, up here at the top, I'm kind of pointing if you can see it. That is your deprimer, and it straightens your case back out from it being fired. So what happens is you come up like this, and it pushes the old primer out, kind of falls down into a tube down here. You take as you can see, that little primer. There it is. Take that primer and you put it in this little slot here, and then when you bring it down and push, it pushes that primer back up into that cartridge. And now this cartridge here has been straightened out by that. As you can see up here, I don't know if you could see, but this whole turret turned. I didn't have to do anything. It turned by itself. So the next step is this powder measure is going to flare the top of the cartridge and put the right amount of powder into the cartridge. It flares the top so you can get the bullet in. Let me see if I can show you. Right now, really, I can just barely fit that thing on there. It just kind of teeters back and forth. So it has to flare a little so you can get the bullet in. So you bring it up, it flares it. This thing up here moves. I don't know if you could see it. Puts the right amount of powder in and comes back down. You check, look, make sure there's powder in there. Now, this bullet, this is a 230 grain plated bullet. You put in the top. It fits right in, just real snug, doesn't move back and forth. The next step on this one seats that bullet to a certain depth, which you have to adjust. Every cartridge has a different depth, and you have to look it up. I got this big reloading book for all this stuff. You can look it all up. So, all right, you bring it up, it pushes it down in. It also crimps it a little bit, so it holds it in there good. So it puts it at the right depth and comes down. You can see this thing turned again. And when this turns, now this last die is called factory crimp die. It crimps it a little more. It's kind of what the factory does on factory ammunition. It puts a better crimp on it. And of course you have to adjust that just right. It takes a while to set these up, but once you get them all set up, there's no more setting up. So you bring it on up, it crimps it again, and the bullet is done. And you push it forward, and you can see it turn, and you're ready for the next one. And I just drop that. And I'll do one more, kind of faster this time. Okay, comes up, hits that primer out, straightens out the cartridge. I put a primer there, stick it in, bring it back up, puts the right amount of powder in, comes back down, put the bullet, seats it there, seats it there. And voila, that's how it works. So kind of a short tutorial on how I make this stuff. So I think you'll find it pretty interesting. Bye guys.